I saw a clip from Celebrity Big Brother season 2, right? And it was Tamar and my girl Lolo Jones, who I hope wins the show. They were sitting in the kitchen. They were talking about relationships, and Lolo Jones is like all into just like whatever type of dude. Doesn't matter if he's black, white, Asian, Eurasian, looks like a raisin. It doesn't matter, my Jesus. You know, she's multicultural when it comes to her dating, right? And they were talking about whether or not Tamar is attracted to or has dated non-black men, or she's exclusively with black men or whatever. And she's talking to some guy right now that she calls T'Challa, you know, like Black Panther's name in the movie. But she has been open to dating white men in the past. Tamar said that she feels like you had to be a certain type of black girl to attract a white guy back in the day, but things have changed. And Lolo agreed, but that things were like that at one point. However, things have changed as far as what white guys like. Now, Tamar said that she almost went out with the white guy back in the day, or non-black men in general. She said that she was just going to go over to the other side because things were not working out with the black guys at the time. And nowadays she deals with black guys who usually don't date black women. Like, she'll be like the one that they would date. And I think that's interesting because, if I'm not mistaken, she has said before that Vince either likes or prefers blondes. Let me look that up real quick. Vince Herbert blondes. Let me look that up because I want to make sure I get this right. Okay, here we go. Here's a BET article. Let me see when it was posted. Wait till I read you guys the title. It was posted March 28th. I'm assuming that's 2018, so it's almost a year old. And the article was titled, Tamar Braxton admits she bought 150,000 blonde wigs to please her estranged husband. Quote, Vince liked blonde head, light, fair women. Wow, sounds like he would like Lolo Jones, huh? But anyways, let me go ahead and read this article to you guys. BT wrote, would you buy 150,000 wigs just to please your man? Tamar Braxton did. While chatting on the Steve Harvey show, Tamar revealed that she aimed to please her, quote, soon-to-be ex-husband, Vincent Herbert, even if it meant having thousands of wigs. Quote, I believe in that, though. I believe in being attractive for your mate, Tamar confessed. I used to have all blonde wigs. I still have 150,000 of them at my house since I done shaved my hair off. Jokingly, she shared that all of her wigs are for sale now because she, quote, won't be needing them anymore. Quote, Vince liked blonde head, light, fair women, she continued. And I just wasn't born with no blonde hair. But for me, I think that's a responsibility that women have, is to stay current for your man. See the clip for yourself. Recently, the newly single 40-year-old, I thought she was 38. Anyways, recently, the newly single 40-year-old R&B singer shocked the internet by opting for the big chop. She says that shaving all her hair off made her feel, quote, finally free of everyone's comments and opinions. Blah, blah, blah. Next thing you know, she'll be turning around and saying, I don't care what people have to say. Like, you know how people are. They say one thing and then they'll switch it up and say another. So I don't believe that crap. But anyways, yeah, man, she went blonde for Vince, because when I heard that crap about him being into blonde hair, I was like, wait a damn minute. Blonde hair sounds like Vince wants a Becky. Okay, and no offense to white women, okay? I call black women Shaniqua frequently. Just kidding, y'all. But seriously, all stupidity aside, man, it's like, come on now, my Jesus. Tamar's over here going blonde for Vince. She deals with black dudes who typically don't date black women. And all of it is just disturbing and odd and ridiculous. Now, the funny thing about it, though, is that if a white man said to a black woman, because, you know, black women are going to be upset about this because everything upsets black American women. It doesn't matter what it is. Anything can trigger them. It could be anything. Okay. You could sneeze and a black woman will freaking have a mild heart attack. But this is the thing, right? So if a white dude said to a black chick, you know, I normally don't date black women, but I'll date you. A black woman will look at that as a compliment. She'll feel like she's the freaking chosen one. Now, if a black dude says that crap, you know, and they'll expect a black guy to take that as a compliment if a black woman said it to a black man. You know, because black women are above criticism, of course. But anyways, y'all, some of y'all, you know, listen, this whole kissing black women's behinds thing, you know, I just can't personally get with it. You know, I'm not surprised to find out that Tamar has undercover swirling fantasies herself. And, you know, I treat the black chicks the same way that non-black men do their women. You know how non-black dudes, usually white dudes and Hispanic dudes, but non-black dudes, period, will ask their girl or a girl that they're interested in, have you ever been with an N-word? And if she says yes, done deal. You know, it's not going down. He's not going to deal with it. I feel the same way. I'll ask a heifer in a second. I mean, I'm with Stacy right now, but you know what I mean. I ask a heifer in a second, like if I was single again. I'll be like, look, you ever dated or been with a non-black dude? And if the answer is yes, then, well, that would be that. Like, I wouldn't, it'd be done. And the reason why is because non-black dudes do that all of the time. I've heard so many stories like that. Black women don't like to admit it, but non-black women admit that crap. They'll tell you in a second, like, yeah, my ex asked me, you know, whether or not I've ever been with a black guy. Ask a non-black. See, a lot of black women are going to lie and try to cover up for Zaddy, their white god. But if you ask like a non-black woman, they'll tell you to be like, yeah, I've been asked that. I've been asked that a couple times. You'll be surprised unless you're like me and you already know what the deal is, you know. But anyways, this is all my opinion. Because I have to say it's my opinion, even though it's facts. But are you surprised that Tamar is basically an undercover swirler? And it's funny because when Lolo Jones started talking to her about whether or not she's ever been with a white dude or like a non-black dude, Tamar hurried up and changed the subject. She did it in a very slick way. It was done in a way where, like, if you're not paying attention, you wouldn't really notice. But since I pay attention to every little thing, I peeped it. I saw what she was doing. The truth of the matter is Tamar is obviously some sort of swirler. But for some reason, I don't know if it's because the guy that she's with, her public image, excuse me, whether or not she's like lied to Vince or lied to him or lied to men in general, Tamar's been with a white guy or some other sort of non-black guy. And that's a fact. And, you know, people might say, well, how can you say that's a fact? Listen, I could tell just by the way that she said that. I can tell that for sure. But for, you know, my opinion, you know, legal, you know, for legal reasons, I'll just say it's my opinion, even though in my heart of hearts, it's like, I just know that she has. And, you know, y'all can figure out whether or not that's a good thing or a bad thing, or if it doesn't even matter at all. You know, that's up to you guys to decide. But in my opinion, if you think the grass is greener with a pinker wiener, then stay over there, please. Because after what I've heard that these guys say to these women about how they will not accept a woman who's ever been with a black man, dated, had sex with, doesn't matter, been with them at all. There's some of them who will ask, like, are you attracted to black men? Like, if you even say that you think a black man is handsome, they won't talk to you. What? Listen, it's really that extreme out here. There are some that go that far. In fact, there's some black women who are quote unquote swirlers, you know, that date interracially, typically white men. Second pick is Asian. They'll claim to not be attracted to black men at all whatsoever. Not even maybe a couple of celebrities that they saw on TV. Like, oh no, I'm not attracted to any black men and never have been at all. Period. And that's just completely abnormal. And it's unnatural. That's not a... If you're not attracted to the your natural counterpart at all, and you've never seen one black guy that you think is handsome, never ever, that's just either she's flat out lying or something is severely mentally wrong with that person. because that's completely, it's just completely unnatural. It just doesn't sound right. But that's how some of these white dudes and these non-black dudes want these women to be, you know, including when they deal with a black woman. But anyways, guys, let me know what y'all think about this swirling and this interracial crap and whatnot below. Meat Magazine on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and MeWe. Meat Magazine blog on Instagram. Meat Magazine site.blogspot.com is my website. Thumbs up, comment, subscribe, notify. If you listen to me talk for about 11 minutes, you can leave a comment. All right, y'all. Meat Magazine. I really need everybody's comment on this. What is your opinion about what Tamar said, what I had to say, what Lolo Jones said, etc.? I'm going to post that video on my blog too. I got to go find it. But anyways, I got to go, y'all. Meat Magazine.